Hello and welcome to the Authority on Wrestling podcast. I am Scumbag Mike, and this is the B+ players. We're not the original team, a couple of new people that are going to be joining us. I'm joined today by the greatest man in professional wrestling in his own head, Travis.
Hello. I'm premiering this week, Monday night. I'll be there.
And no gimmicks needed, Mitch.
How you doing? Let's get this rolling.
Yeah. And we're going to be here talking about Ring of Honor, the 15th anniversary. It was titled The Winner Takes All. It was an amazing show. We just wanted to do a quick recap of the things that went down on the pay-per-view because it was very heavy on like the stories.
Yeah.
It was a big pay-per-view.
Very important. Everything that happened had a purpose.
Yeah, it was good. So we'll kick this off right away. The evening started with the first match that was Jay White versus Kenny King. It was pretty much your typical high-flying, fast-paced opener, equivalent to like a WWE Cruiserweight style opener match. Lots of high energy. What did you guys think of this match?
It was a good match. I mean, there were no real glaring botches or anything like that. It was a very solid match.
I'm not very familiar with Jay White, but I've seen Kenny King. We saw Kenny King last time we went to Ring of Honor back in...
Yeah. I think Jay White was there too.
Yeah,
he was a six-man tag tournament.
I didn't even realize it.
I think you hated his haircut.
I probably booed him. I don't know.
Probably.
But I like Kenny King. He did a lot of good spots, I thought. Jay White, basic, I guess.
Yeah, Jay White, he had a nice run in New Japan, but he's doing things over here. Yeah, it was good. Like I said, lots of high-flying action, and I think Kenny King took the win in that one.
Did he?
Yeah. Yep. He took the win with a...
Small package.
No, I'm sorry, Jay White got the win with an inside cradle.
Yeah, small package.
Because Kenny King went to go for his finisher, and... Yeah, but it was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna give Jay White a little push.
A little bit.
Hope not.
A little bit.
No, you don't. Like you really don't like him that much.
Just don't like his face.
He's just not memorable enough to you.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's got no gimmick. He's not really doing anything right now.
It
kind of reminds me of Neville, honestly. He looks a little bit like Neville. He bothers me, but he's bigger, like a bigger Neville.
Yeah, but I feel like Neville's now getting like a good solid push.
I like Neville now. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe in time you'll like Jay White.
Maybe.
I feel like he is gonna eventually get a push. It might not be right away.
Yeah.
But this is a good win for him. This really
absolutely
helps his cause.
I mean, Kenny King's been around. He can take a loss or whatever. Yeah,
he's been around. Then the next match we had was actually the number one contenders match for the TV title. It was a 6-man match featuring Punishment Martinez, Chris Sabin, Adam Page, Frankie Kazarian, Cheeseburger, and Silas Young. This was a lot of fun. Lots of, again, kind of like fast-paced, high... Lots of flips over the top rope.
I love the cheeseburger spots.
Yeah.
I love them. It seems like it happens every
He's a
match.
match enhancer.
Yeah.
You may have good names in the match, but you throw Cheeseburger and then the crowd loves him. The crowd loves him.
And for you who don't know, Cheeseburger is a extremely tiny man. He's probably 5'9" and weighs maybe 95 pounds.
Yeah, soaking wet.
Like, he looks like a skeleton.
And he always tries the suicide dives and the
he did the tribute to the dude.
No, Juice. Oh no, yeah, he did the falling headbutt by.
That also happened in the first match with Jay White did it.
Oh, Jay White did that. Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Cheeseburger always jumping into people and getting caught and flipped around.
Oh man, he's so tiny.
He's really good at getting tossed around.
Punishment Martinez, I thought, was very big bright spot, no pun intended.
He went over the top rope. He jumped on the second rope, jumped right over the
pretty
top
clean
rope.
for
Onto
a guy
everybody. Everybody. He's huge.
Yeah, like the flip where he does like Grand Metalik does, where he does like almost a trip over the top rope.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was really nice.
That's a big spot. Yeah.
I really loved the cartwheeling Death Valley driver that Silas Young did.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Silas Young also, he's
very good.
I feel like he's underrated most of the time.
And a couple of the things that I wanted to say about this match was Punishment Martinez. It always throws me off when a tall, lanky dude does a choke slam. It feels like there's not enough power behind it, but he does like a really powerful choke slam where he gets the guy up in the air, and they always make it look good.
That was that on the side apron there?
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
Oh yeah, he did it right onto the side apron, and it was brutal.
Yeah.
And then there was a point where Sabin used Silas Young as a launching pad.
Yep.
Did a belly-to-belly suplex on Kazarian off the top rope.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the setup for the poetry in motion that the Hardys do, but into a top rope belly-to-belly, and that was unbelievable.
Yeah. Very clean. Very clean. Again, another match that, especially with 6 guys, you have a big guy like Punishment. It's nice to see, a fluid match.
Yeah.
Well, you had Frankie Kazarian being part of the Bullet Club.
For like a minute.
For a minute.
Well, spoilers. Spoilers.
Yeah, we'll get to that after.
With Hangman, and you're like,
that was
so you already got 2 dudes on the same team, so the other guys kind of had to separate them most of the time.
Yeah, and they did a good job of doing that, and they did a good job of not interacting with each other too much. Then, they finished it off with Frankie Kazarian hitting the Ace of Spades, which is like a neck breaker, kind of like the Rude Awakening turned into a stunner.
Yeah,
it's a neck breaker where instead of turning him around and hitting the neck breaker, he just turns himself around and hits the stunner, and it was a really nice finish.
It was cool.
So he's going to be the number 1 contender for the TV title, which
in the future. They said
in the future.
Really give a definite date on that, but it's Ring of Honor. They'll figure something out.
Yeah. Anything else about that match, you guys, of note that you liked? Who was your personal standout star in that match?
Oh, definitely Punishment.
Yeah, I thought Punishment had the big spots.
It took at one point. I think it took all 5 of them to take him down. At one point, it made him look very strong. It's like, oh man, it took 5 dudes to take him out.
I would really like to see Punishment versus Donovan Dijak.
Oh yeah, that would be. That's gonna be a good two tall dudes,
athletic guys that can
just go. That would be really nice.
That would be a very good feud to see.
Yep, and I loved Punishment Martinez in this, but also I really like Silas Young. I'm always impressed with him every time I see him go. I always forget that he has insane amounts of athleticism that he does. I love when he does that jumping top rope moonsault, where he sit down moonsault thing.
Definitely a guy that you look at and you don't think is very athletic.
Yeah,
but can absolutely go, and he can cut promo too. He is very good on the mic. One of their underutilized guys, I think. That they have.
He's definitely good. Yeah. So then after that, we had one of my favorites on the card, which was Jay Lethal versus Bobby Fish match, which was, hard hitting to say the least.
Yeah,
These two dudes were just. It was pretty much your American version of Strong Style. These guys just went at it shot for shot a lot. They left it all out there, and these are 2 guys that can go in the ring. They've been around for a while in Ring of Honor, and Jay Lethal is probably one of the best guys in Ring of Honor right now. And I didn't realize this because I've always known that he had the longest world title reign with 434 days, but they said a fact before the match started where he's had a title the longest for 900 days because he went from wearing the TV title and the world title at the same time to just having the world title. 900 days with the belt. That's impressive. It's almost 3 years. That's
a long time.
That's crazy.
Yep. And he absolutely deserves that. Jay Lethal's one of the best in the business.
Yeah.
With everything that he does.
Promos are phenomenal. Most of the time.
The match itself, you put those 2 guys together, you're gonna get something like what you got. It's 2 professionals that have been through the ringer in this business and know what they're doing. It was a great match, physical, like you said.
It started off really intense as well when Bobby Fish did the straight kick to Jay Lethal and kicked him right out of the ring.
Yeah. This has spotted him right out of the ring.
Jay Lethal, I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but Jay Lethal just took a tumble from
fell through the bottom rope.
Yeah, fell right through the bottom rope onto the outside. It took him a second to get back in, and then from there things kind of picked up. Like I said, it was a lot of stiff kicks and everything. Some of those kicks that Bobby Fish were doing to Jay Lethal's chest were brutal. It was just intense.
Now, was that a number 1 contender match?
Yeah, I believe that was number 1 for the world title.
For the world title, which it'll when it happens, it happens. It's Jay Lethal. He's been at that point before.
Yeah.
He knows how to get the job done with that.
I love the promo that he did, the backstage promo that he did where they aired before, where he was talking about how he's been there before and he knows what it's like and he wants it again. And he said Bobby Fish has never had the title. Yeah. So it shows that Jay Lethal wanted it more. Yeah. But that was nice. A couple attempts at the top rope elbow from Jay Lethal, and for the most part, I like the one where he went for the elbow and then I believe got turned into the heel hook. Yeah. I think Bobby Fish caught him and just turned it right into the leg hook. Yeah. And
Fish knows how to work the submissions and it's very good with his in-ring psychology in that regard.
Worked on the leg for most of the match to like soften him up. Yeah. So he couldn't do the lethal injection, but he got the lethal injection. Was it the one time or 2 times? He
got it. He only hit it once.
Yeah. He went for it a few times. So.
Yep. The match ended when he hit him with a straight combination of strikes, and then went in for lethal injection and just nailed him and got the win. Yeah. That was a beautiful match. It was a fun. It was, like I said, it was really hard hitting. Yeah. If you like strong style in Japan, this is definitely a match that you'd want to keep your eye on.
Absolutely.
And then from there, anything else on that match that you guys had?
No. I think we covered it all.
Yep. And then from there we had the 6-man tag title match with the Kingdom and Dalton versus Dalton Castle and the Boys. Who I loved that fact that the Boys don't have names.
Nope, the Boys 1 and 2.
Boys 1 and 2. And I think they thought of that on the spot because they didn't know what to call them.
Yeah. I think Colt Cabana made a point that one of them had 1 bun in his hair, the other one had 2 buns in his hair, and that's how they were differentiating Boy 1 and Boy 2. Interesting thing that happened in this match was Colt Cabana definitely took the heel commentator role on, and because he had a feud with Colt Cabana. I mean, with Dalton Castle, and he really worked that and was talking about that. I think they'll go back to that in ring at some point. Yep. Yeah, no, this match was a lot of just intensity and
very
intense.
Very good moments,
The Boys pulled Twin Magic.
Yeah, they did try to pull Twin Magic, and then Colt Cabana jumped up and called them out on it.
That was just for
He's like, ref, Todd! Todd Sinclair, he's in
the
there.
Best ref in the business. Second only to Red Shoes.
Oh, man, I love Red Shoes.
He's a good one.
And everybody was booing him while we were there.
I know.
No, we were cheering. I think we threw ribbons for him that one time.
We did for Todd Sinclair, because everyone was saying that he was the worst ref, and I don't know if that's an inside joke or something.
But we did not agree.
We took the opposite route.
Something of note that happened in this, TK O'Ryan went for a moonsault to the outside onto the Boys.
He got the moonsault.
He did, but instead of arcing, in a moonsault you usually arc your back and kind of curl up, almost like a letter C. He kind of went straight as a board.
Like his plank.
And his ankles caught the steel guardrail, and he smashed them, and immediately he went down.
Oh, yeah, I think they stopped. I think that was the end of the match, and then they kind of just rolled it. Like you could see, they rolled him up, and Dalton Castle kind of tried to get in the ring, but didn't really try to get in the ring.
Yeah, they hit their finisher. The Kingdom hit the finisher. Yeah. They did a 2-man finisher instead of a 3-man.
The shooting powerbomb stars, superstars, some shit like that.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. But yeah, they kind of hit their
Express. I think
is that what it is? The Superstar Express.
I think so. Yeah, something like that.
I love the Kingdom. I really do.
I don't like that one guy with the
Vinny Marsala.
I love him. He's so weird. He's making so many noises.
I love him.
What's he doing?
I think he was trying to out Castle. Dalton Castle was great. It was great.
They did a comedy sketch video leading up to this where it was very Home Alone-esque, where the Kingdom was looking for the Boys in the backstage area, and they were trying to find them, and they kept falling into traps. Like they had a heated doorknob, and they dropped a lamp on their head. It was just ridiculous, and the Vinny did a really spot on Joe Pesci. Like he sounded just like him in Home Alone, and it was really funny. But I feel like that's what he was going for a lot in this match too, like the high pitched screams. And
yeah, I mean it was a little bit. It was like a funny match.
It was a comedy match, definitely. They pulled off the comedy
especially
aspect.
With the Boys. They're so small
until you get smashed ankles, and then
it's all fun and games until you smash your ankles.
And that brings up a point of what's going to happen with the Kingdom.
Yeah. I feel like in the next couple weeks...
They did end up winning the match. It was prolonged, and they did end up retaining their titles, but we'll have to see what happens after that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, TK can't
do nothing.
Yeah.
Shattered ankle.
Yeah, he's going in for surgery. He's having the surgery on his legs because it's so bad.
Which was, it's sad because he was, in my opinion, one of the brighter parts of.
Yeah, no, he was like doing well in the match up until.
Yeah. I mean, I liked all those guys.
He did a backflip.
He did
off the rope. Man.
Yeah,
he did the springboard. I mean, if it was positioned at the other side, maybe towards the ramp, he would have obviously been fine.
I mean, there was like 4 feet of room and 1 pad on the floor.
There
wasn't much going on there.
Yeah.
He just overshot. I mean, he would have had to hit that perfectly.
Yeah.
And it just didn't
Not
happen.
a lot of wiggle room for error there. And he nailed it. So, sadly, he's going to be out on injury for a while. No news yet on how long it'll be.
No timetable either. Obviously, it's going to take a while.
But, so that was sad, but it was a good match. It was a little shorter than they probably wanted to go. Like I said, they ended the match early.
Yeah.
It was right after that spot. They just couldn't finish her.
Yeah,
rushed it.
Because they didn't want to have him sitting, out on the floor, holding his leg.
They got out there real quick. Like they already had his boot off, and then they were like rushed him to the back. He was gone. He was out of there.
Yeah.
Yep. So after that was probably my favorite match of the night. This was just intensity.
One of the longer matches of the night.
Yeah,
also.
it really was.
It was like almost like 35 minutes.
Yeah, it went about 30. It went about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was the TV title match between RoH and the champion, the Villan Marty Scurll. Who that guy is so unique.
He's so over right now. People, they love him. They love him.
Yeah, he's a big. He was a big guy in the UK. He wrestled quite a bit in PWG. He ended up winning the BOLA last year, the Battle of Los Angeles, last year in PWG, and he's just been on a rocket. He's the TV champ, and these two men just...
I mean, he came in and won the TV champ. Like, he just...
Yeah.
I think it was his first match. Or
he
won a number contender.
After.
And then won the match. And like,
yeah, because
it was the day after Will Ospreay won it, right?
Yeah, Will Ospreay beat Bobby Fish for it, and then the next day, Marty Scurll beat him.
Yep.
But yeah, this match was incredible. It had a great story in it where RoH had a shoulder injury, and Marty Scurll's finisher, for those of you who don't know, is the crossface chicken wing, which I think he does this far better than Bob Backlund did. He just brings intensity to it.
He has perfected the chicken wing.
Yeah, it's so good.
It is, and he can do it in any situation. Yeah. Every time I see Marty Scurll wrestle, he just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't get it's always something new. It's always it's never the same thing for him.
There was a couple times in the match where you're like, oh, this match is over, and then kick out.
Yeah.
It was like 5 or 6 kickouts.
Both ways. It was
both
phenomenal.
Yeah, they did a spot where RoH went to do a baseball slide to the outside, and Marty Scurll sidestepped him and got him stuck in the apron.
And
so
he kicked him.
And then he super kicked him.
Yeah.
And then RoH got out of that, and then he super kicked him 2 more times.
Yes.
And RoH
the crowd was like, one more time. Yeah. They kicked him mad times in the head.
Yeah.
Mad times.
He got the crap kicked out of him. But RoH kept fighting.
Yeah.
They told the good underdog story with that.
Yeah.
They had a lot of... Marty Scurll has a lot of unique offense that I love. Like, he does this thing where he'll grab someone's hand and he'll shush the crowd. And then... I don't know how he does it.
Cracks the finger. Yeah.
I don't know if he cracks it, if he makes a noise with his mouth or something, but it is the most disgusting thing. He just... It's no other way to say it. He just snaps their finger, and it's audible.
Yeah. It sounds like he's breaking their finger every single time
loud.
he does it.
It's loud.
Yeah.
It's nice. And both of his hands are on the other guy's hands, so it's not like a slap to his leg or anything. Yeah. I don't know if he has
his mouth,
but it is audible.
Kind of like how Jay Lethal does his lethal injection, but he does the back elbow.
Yeah.
And he went to go do that because he hit it earlier in the match. Yeah. And Marty Scurll caught him
in the chicken.
Yeah.
That was the end of the match, wasn't it?
No, that was not the end of the match.
Out of that one.
Yeah, he does a handspring springboard into the ropes and then bounces back. And Marty Scurll caught him right into the chicken wing,
and it was just
landed
perfect.
backwards, like on his back, and
perfectly executed. It was incredible. I think RoH ended up rolling him up after that.
Had to break the hold. Yeah.
But the way this match ended was insane. Actually, was this the match where Lio Rush teased like breaking the rules a bit?
He did. Yeah. He grabbed the title.
He grabbed the title and was teasing,
it.
hitting him with it, and then because he was just getting frustrated. Yeah. And then at one point, after like not being able to put Marty Scurll away again, he set up 2 chairs on the outside of the ring, and they were teasing on doing like a suplex or the.
He wanted to do
the rush hour, which is like a.
It's like a backwards.
I know it's called also the flux capacitor that Kazarian used to do. It's like a rock bottom where they do a backflip. And land and.
He did land once.
John Morrison used to do that off the top rope.
Yeah. So they teased that, but that didn't end up happening. And the ending of this match was insane. Marty Scurll hit him with the Tower of London, which is a stunner. It's kind of like a hangman's DDT where his feet are on the top turnbuckle. And then, but instead it's a stunner. It was Nigel McGuinness's finisher. And then Rush kicks out of that and then goes to hit, I think some move, but
he catches him.
He catches him, rips his tape off, elbows him in the throat like 4 or 5 times, and then just cranks back on his arm in the chicken wing and falls back, and then immediately Lio Rush taps. But it was my match of the night.
It was a good match.
It told a good story. I liked the selling that they did on the shoulder. I liked that Lio Rush was getting frustrated and teased, like kind of going over the edge and doing some stuff that he normally wouldn't do, breaking the rules and everything.
And they were hinting at it on commentary, saying that don't let the villain turn you into a villain.
Yeah. Like if you stare into the darkness long enough, it stares back. Kind of that thing. Like,
And I thought that was really cool, and that's adds to the character of the villain. It's just so frustrating for other guys to the point where they can't take it anymore. It's just adding to
another level to his character.
In-ring psychology and his character. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely great.
And before we leave this match, I just want to talk about his getup. He looked like when he came to the ring, he was dressed up like, I forgot what they call them, but back in the day of the Black Plague,
they're apothecaries.
Apothecaries, but they wore those like crow masks, like the long nose, something out of like Clockwork Orange with the long beak things.
They were doctors back in.
They were doctors.
But I liked his get up from that, and he comes out with an umbrella.
And he always has something different too.
Yeah,
I like his entire style. It's incredible.
Yep, always brings something unique to the ring. And then, I say this lightly, the next match was a breather match, I guess.
Yeah, you want to go get a beer? Go get a beer.
It was a good match, but it was definitely just a brawl match. It was a 6-man tag with War Machine and Davey Boy Smith Jr., who is British Bulldog's son. He had a long career in New Japan. He's still over there. They went up against the Biscoes and the newly introduced Bully Ray to Ring of Honor, who Bully Ray being in Ring of Honor is a weird flavor because he doesn't really fit with the Ring of Honor alumni. The alumni that they normally have. His style of wrestling is a little bit different, but it is always good to have a veteran there who is there to like put over some young talent, and
instead of going straight for like main event status, they just kind of like simmer through, put on good shows, enhance the young talent.
They're just enhancement. And
what other promotion does that?
Oh, I don't know.
And it's interesting to see because Ring of Honor was going through a weird time where they were getting a lot of people taken up, and they're still in the process of contracts coming up on end. There's rumors of Adam Cole leaving soon. I know Kyle O'Reilly might already be gone. War Machine might be leaving soon. So there's in a flux of talent right now. But that being said, this match was just, like I said, a brawl match with Bully Ray and the Briscoes against War Machine and Davey Boy Smith Jr. They mentioned in the beginning of the match that Davey Boy Smith Jr. wasn't really getting along with War Machine because he's a heel and he just wanted a spot. They promised him a spot on the card.
And his partner got injured.
It was supposed
Lance
to be a
Archer.
tag match. Yeah, Lance Archer.
Supposed to be Archer and Davey Boy Smith Jr. versus the Briscoes.
Yep.
But because of the injury, they kind of had to throw something together quickly. And
Yep, and they did. And like I said, it wasn't much to say about this match. Do you guys have anything to say of note in this match?
I don't like Davey Boy Smith Jr. He was a douchebag pretty much.
Was he?
He was a douchebag the whole time.
Like a douchebag as in he was a heel? Or
just being a douchebag to him. Like,
okay, all right.
That's what he was supposed to do, man. That's
He does play an arrogant, technical wrestler guy.
yeah. Especially in Japan, that's he's the big.
He's in the Suzuki Gun Club.
Yep.
They're a very intense group.
There's not really much to say about this match. Like you said, I mean, you pretty much said all of it. Some spots here and there. I don't really like the Biscoes, but they do bring a lot to the table.
I mean, the crowd loves them for some reason. I don't
know. They bring a lot to the table in ring. They're not bad in ring.
Oh, they're not bad in ring, and I respect them a lot. Like they've been there since the very beginning.
Yeah, they haven't left. So.
They mentioned that Jay Briscoe wrestled on the first Ring of Honor show, and Mark Briscoe was too young to wrestle, so he was in the crowd watching, or his manager, I believe. Right. And just a couple things about this match. They did a lot of comedy, a couple comedy spots where the Briscoes did the "What's Up," and Bubba Ray kind of like cheered them on, let them do it. Yeah. And they did a interesting version of. Actually, before that, they did a crossbody where Jay Briscoe hit a crossbody on RoH from War Machine, and then Mark Briscoe hit a crossbody on Davey Boy Smith Jr., and then they ran in, and Bully Ray was looking, and they were teasing him going to the top rope, and he did. He went to the top rope and hit a crossbody on all three members of the opposing team.
Can you call it a crossbody? He kind of just fell off the top and hoped that he didn't hurt anybody or himself.
It was rough, but it was funny, and the crowd loved it. Yeah. And then they finished
with the 3D.
Yeah, the three-person 3D.
The 90. They called it the 90.
Yeah, they did. They grabbed one leg.
Little tidbit. I understand why they said the 90, but it really doesn't. I mean, 3D stood for
the Dudley Death Drop.
That's why it wasn't the 3D, because there was three people involved.
Exactly. Yeah. No,
so
I agree.
It was a little corny there, but I can understand it.
It was definitely cheesy, but it was a good breather match. I mean, lots of brawling.
They had to have a spot after that match, and that was a perfect spot. Like, they couldn't have done the tag match or the main event after that. The TV title.
Oh yeah, because I mean, you can't just throw three of those guys, and that's the problem with Ring of Honor. Like, Ring of Honor is hands down the best wrestling that you can watch on TV. Yes. Like, because I mean, there's other indies that are.
And I wish that they had a better TV deal.
Yeah.
Because they really do put out great shows every time they do it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you have other organizations that really just struggle, it seems, to put out anything worthwhile, but, they're owned by the right people, or, they have some sort of influence here or there where they have a TV deal all the time, and they're always on, like, a prime time, slot.
Yeah. No,
so, I mean, sometimes it's like 1 o'clock in the morning in order to watch like Ring of Honor. Like it's hard.
Especially if you don't have DVR.
Yeah, you gotta go to bed.
Yeah, and for anyone listening, if you don't have DVR, there is an easy way to watch the TV of Ring of Honor. If you go to ringofhonor.com, every Saturday they put up the newest episode of their TV on there, and you can watch it. But some people don't like watching on their computer; it's not comfortable for some people. Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, that's the tough part for Ring of Honor is because there's so much action. There's not a lot of downtime. There's not a lot of cool down matches. Yeah. WWE, as much as some people don't like their stuff, their pacing is really good with their matches.
They know exactly what match is going to get the best reaction almost every time they do it.
Yeah, their production is second to none, and that goes down to like the match card and everything.
Unless the only time that it doesn't happen is when you hear that a match steals the show.
Yes.
That's something that they're
like
not
a sleeper match, like a surprise match, yeah.
That has the potential and then just took off.
Yep.
That does happen a lot.
Absolutely. So if you go to a Ring of Honor show, which I highly recommend, they are unbelievable. Best shows I've ever been to in my life.
Nothing better than a live Ring of Honor show that is so good, they're affordable, that it's incredible.
Pocket dogs. You'll understand when you get there.
No, they won't.
No,
they will.
That was no.
That is a super inside joke.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we'll leave you to that.
Yeah,
that's
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was a misunderstanding that one of the guys yelled, And Travis thought they said pocket dogs.
No. And then Ole had pocket dogs.
And then
Ole
had pocket hot dogs.
Put hot dogs in his pocket. I think that's the whole thing.
That is
good
so.
times.
Put hot dogs in your pocket. Damn,
That's what he's telling you.
Do it.
That's funny.
Do it.
You won't regret it.
But yeah, so the next match was the tag title match, which was a barn burner. It was the 3-team Las Vegas street fight, including Roppongi Vice, the Young Bucks, and the Hardys, or the Broken Hardys.
The newly acquired Hardys also.
They were just the Hardys.
They were just the Hardys?
They were only dubbed as the Hardys because there's a legal situation.
Oh, yeah. TNA is not having a good time with them.
Nope.
They are going after them in court. I believe I heard that they...
3-page cease and desist.
Matt
Hardy and Brother Nero.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Because
they can't
they
take
were-
Brother Nero because they can't. It's impossible because it's Matt Hardy's brother, so they can't take that away.
Well, I
from
mean,
him.
they could take the name technically, Brother Nero. I mean, even though it's his middle name. And
It's his
everything.
middle name. They can't take that away.
Yeah, but it's still the gimmick and everything. I don't know legalities of stuff, but I feel like TNA. Although I feel also
TNA
like
is-
Matt Hardy.
And they're not even TNA anymore. They want to be called Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
They're not
That's it.
TNA.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're a mess.
They're a mess.
I believe that Matt Hardy has more money by himself than TNA has as a company.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they take him to court, it's fine.
Especially
He'll take the rest of that money. He'll counter soon. He'll be like, no, you know what? You owe me money. And bankrupt them.
They do. They owe so many different wrestlers money, and that's an issue with them.
Yep.
But back to this match was. It was something else. Everyone had a spot. It was brutal.
I was blown away. I did not think it was going to be that great of a match. I know the Young Bucks and Roppongi Vice can go. Those guys are workhorses in the ring, and they're spot monkeys to the fullest. They will do everything
Absolutely.
flashy and fun.
Man.
But even the Hardys kind of brought it, and I'm never really impressed with the Hardys in ring. I don't know if that's like not really good to say, but
I mean, they're a lot older now.
yeah.
It's tough for them
Man,
to.
Jeff Hardy. I love Jeff Hardy's gut. I love it. I love
His
it.
little
It makes me
white
feel
bearded
better.
guy,
It makes
yeah.
me feel better about myself.
I mean, they've been doing it for so long. The wear and tear on their bodies must be incredible.
And it's not like they're safe wrestlers. They kind of
Exactly.
they take a lot of risks and everything.
Oh.
But yeah, so just a couple. This match we could talk about for a long time, but Trent Beretta took
He took
beating.
a beating. I believe after the
Every
match, you could
spot.
hear the crowd saying, "Thank you, Trent."
Yeah.
He took a whooping.
Every spot they had.
Every
big
spot he took.
All of the big spots, and you can tell that the fans appreciated it.
Yeah, like I said, they were chanting for him afterwards. What's his face? Ramirez. He had that.
Rocky Romero.
Yeah, Rocky Romero. Yo, he had that thing. Yo,
He had a sleeve that was covered in thumbtacks, and he was doing what he calls the forever clotheslines, which is, if you're familiar with Cesaro, where he does just the uppercuts over and over and over.
into the corners.
Rocky Romero does that with clotheslines, and he had 4 different guys in corners put on the sleeve that was covered in thumbtacks and just was hitting them over and over.
And he got Matt Hardy in the shoulder
arm,
real
yep,
good,
and Matt Hardy was bleeding. They did a brutal power bomb onto Trent Beretta onto the ramp, where you saw the ramp bow.
And it shot him back.
Yeah, it was nice little ricochet that he had.
And just thumbtacks everywhere.
Yeah, they had thumbtacks.
He's the one that brought the
He
thumbtacks
brought him in, and then he gets covered in them. Everybody got covered in them, though, because they were all over the place.
Because it was like the middle of the match, and they
Oh,
still
yeah.
had to do
Oh,
the
yeah.
rest of the
Yeah.
They ended up doing a spot later on where the Hardys hit double twist of fates into the thumbtacks, and both of the Hardys got the worst of that.
They were like,
Matt
you could
Hardy.
see him like,
As soon as he hit it, he shot right back up.
He shot right back up and started like picking him up.
He was like, that was a mistake.
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 You got a brother? That's a mistake.
Trent Beretta took the pile tombstone onto it, didn't he?
No, it was the bulldog off the shoulders.
Oh, that's right.
I know he went face first with a bulldog off the shoulders into it.
Yep.
I don't know who took.
Then they must have been Rocky that took the because someone took the springboard pile driver. Tombstone by the Hardy by the
Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks
Into it.
and I know it wasn't the Hardys.
Yeah, so that might have actually been him too.
Yeah.
And then they also did the what is it called? The RPG Vice hit their springboard pile driver, like the reverse pile driver, where Rocky Romero does a drop kick into the guy's back, into the guy, and they do like a reverse pile driver into that. Just lots of spots.
Definite spot match.
Oh,
it was just everywhere.
It was.
There wasn't necessarily a flow to the match, but it was just constant, just spot after spot after spot, especially between RPG Vice and the Young Bucks. I mean, whenever those 4 guys get into a ring, if you've watched Wrestle Kingdom 11, their match was amazing. And the spot again that Trent Beretta just did.
Man, he was dead. I thought he was dead.
Yeah,
I thought he was dead.
For those of you who don't know, he did a front flip to the outside of the ring, about 6 feet away. He did a dive where he was supposed to hit people, and they just sidestepped it. Like it was on purpose. Like it was on purpose. He did this, but he just dove pretty much maybe 6 feet off away and maybe 8 feet in the air onto his back, onto a steel ramp. And it was brutal. I mean, he landed safe and he was fine, but it looked sick.
But back to the street fight again, just carnage.
Yep, they brought in a chair and a table and a ladder. The Hardy Boys did.
The table was broken. They had to set it up on the ropes.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like generic Hardy fashion. Like, oh, jump off this ladder and put someone through a table, and that ended the match. Like, you know, it was like,
and it was weird too because they set up the ladder in the middle of the ring, and then they set up the table halfway between the ropes and the ladder, which was already in the middle of the ring. So there was not a lot of room for Jeff Hardy. So he pretty much climbed 3/4 of the way off the ladder,
like a somersault.
Instead of doing the swanton bomb, he kind of just flipped over the top and landed. I mean, he made it work, and he was safe, and he did it. But that ended the match, and like I said, there was just thumbtacks everywhere. It was lots of high spots.
It took them like a while after the match to like clean it too. Like they were like showing them clean it up, and they were like
and then after the match, when the Hardys started their celebration, they ended up going to
the Young Bucks, and they took the Super Kick titles.
Yeah.
So they are now the RoH Tag Team Champions, and they have their Super Kick.
And whatever other titles they won in all the other promotions they've currently.
And this ties into the Young Bucks storyline where they are losing all of their titles. They lost their IWGP Junior Heavyweight titles.
3 different titles.
At the beginning of the year.
At January 4th, they had 3 different sets of titles.
I think they had 4. I think they had the PWG. No, they didn't have the PWG.
They had 3 at Wrestle Kingdom 11, and now they have 0.
Yes.
And they lost one that they created.
Yep. They have no titles now, and it's really funny.
20 pounds lighter, as they were saying.
Yep. They have these the tights that they wear have all the different titles that they have on it, and they made a comment in one of the promos that they did that they're losing these titles and they can't wear the tights anymore. It's funny, but yeah, they're on the downward spiral, which I mean is good for this story because if they're winning all the time, it's not really giving the characters an arc.
The Young Bucks, here they come. They're gonna kick everyone's ass. It's super kick party.
They're just gonna super kick everybody, do a few of their combinations and win.
Yeah, and it gives them a little bit of depth, and it makes people.
It's making me sad for them.
Yeah, it gives them a little bit of
the
sympathy.
Young Bucks right now.
Yeah,
I mean, I love the Young Bucks,
of course.
but now I'm sad for the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Gives them something, another character level.
Overall, good match.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say great because again it was just a lot of spots.
Yeah.
But it told a story. It increased the value of the Hardys and the Young Bucks
for how long.
And Roppongi Vice, man, Trent Beretta was the star of that match, and he took the beating in that match.
You know, the beginning of the match, you had the Hardy chants and the Young Buck chants, and then halfway through the match, they would chant an RPG.
Yeah, I love the start of this match, the match too, where they had the stare down between the Young Bucks and the Hardys,
and
the Roppongi Vice tried to come between them, and the Hardys just kept chopping them, doing the delete action and chopping them in the chest away.
It took the crowd like 2 or 3 times.
The last time they kind of got it,
and then they were so excited about it.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh yeah, we get it, we see what you're doing." But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and it was a very entertaining match. Yeah. And that leads us to the main event. But before we get into the main event, I want to talk about Christopher Daniels. And man, this guy's promos. Every time.
Does anyone else cut a better promo right now in professional wrestling?
No. I mean, there's more entertaining promos, you could say, but this guy's passion and heart in his promos
flows. It just comes right out.
He did a promo before the All-Star Extravaganza, which was probably my favorite promo of all time. But this one is pretty close second. And he just breaks down into tears talking about how he's been in the business since 1993. And he doesn't know how many tomorrows he has left. And he's never really gotten... He's never really given much thought to title matches because he's always like, oh, there'll be a next one. And this time he feels like there won't be a next one. He's about 45. He's getting up there in years and still more athletic than a lot of dudes that are in the business. He can still go.
Takes so many brutal spots too.
Yeah, but man, his promos are amazing and there's such passion in them. And it wasn't like he was tearing up. He was like, it was a gross cry. He was snotting and like he was like crying and just talking about how he put so much into this business and he wants.
It was more like a frustration cry.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
He was so angry, so frustrated that it just all just started to come out, and it was so good.
I love it.
And I agree though. The one that he had before All Star Extravaganza was absolutely incredible. Yeah. Just so good. You know, when he gets a little bit of time to do those kinds of promos, it's just great. He launches himself into that mode, that state of mind that he has to do to make that promo great.
Absolutely. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of backstory before we get into describing the title match, just to let you guys know in case you didn't watch it or if you're not huge fans of RoH. Leading into this, Adam Cole is the world champ. He's a member of the Bullet Club. Three-time champ. The first ever three-time, the first and only three-time champ in Ring of Honor history. And he was a member of the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club is pretty much the modern-day NWO, but better because they actually are in different companies and they do take over. And
but they don't take over as much as NWO did, where they actually took over entire shows.
Yes, that's true.
They're still a faction.
Yes, they're still a faction, and it's well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you are not a fan of the Bull Club, I truly believe you just haven't watched enough of them because they are amazing. And so he was the champ going into this match. Christopher Daniels is a 45-year-old man who's been wrestling for 15 years for Ring of Honor, pretty much, on and off. He had a stint in TNA. His best friend, Frankie Kazarian, who was the best man at his wedding, his tag team partner. They've been tag team partners for a long time.
Former Ring of Honor tag team champions. Yep. They were in that
for a while.
In the ladder match.
The ladder match.
That was at All-Star Extravaganza, which was incredible.
Yep.
But they're real life best friends. Frankie Kazarian had turned on him about a month ago and joined the Bullet Club after a match where Christopher Daniels fought Adam Cole, and Frankie Kazarian just turned on him. They beat him up a little bit, and then Christopher Daniels wasn't sure why. So going into this match, Christopher Daniels thinks he has no best friend. He has nothing left to prove, and he just wants this world title.
All he has is this title. That's it. That's the only thing he's got left.
Not only that, he is pretty sure this is his last chance at a title. Yeah. So if he doesn't do this, he's fighting for everything. And Adam Cole going into this is super cocky, super confident. He's been in a position nobody else has been in before, and he knows he has Christopher Daniels' best friend in his pocket, pretty much.
It's Adam Cole.
Baby. Yeah. So, but going into this match, first thing I'll say is this match wasn't the 5-star match in moves and everything.
Yeah.
But as far as story goes,
it was a very slow match in my opinion. It was very it would be like a spot here, a spot there, and then it would kind of be like Christopher Daniels like rolling around pretty much as Adam Cole berate him around the ring pretty much for most of the match.
It didn't necessarily. It told more of a story than it did
exactly.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Like
it was just very well done in every sense of the word. But that's another part of wrestling that doesn't get enough attention is in-ring psychology.
Yeah. If you tell a story in ring, then you'll have my attention more than if you do flashing moves for the most part.
Absolutely, because if you look at the cruiserweight division right now in the WWE, there's there's Neville, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah.
There's
Austin Aries.
Austin Aries.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that yet. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have some very, very, close to 5-star matches that just no one cares about because there's nothing else there.
Yeah.
So
there's not a lot of story there.
You don't always have to have a 5-star match to have a 5-star match, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Just two more quick notes. Going into this match, Christopher Daniels came out in a Pioneer type uniform because they called him, because he is one of the founding fathers of Ring of Honor, and I thought that was incredible. And they also mentioned that in title matches, Christopher Daniels is 0-8-1. The 1 comes from a 60-minute time limit draw that he had against Brian Daniels. And Brian Danielson, sorry. And just the Daniel Bryan from WWE. But yeah, so the match starts off, they uphold the Code of Honor, which is a shaking hands, which you're supposed to do between every match, which is of note too because... Go ahead.
I was going to say Christopher Daniels, wasn't he the first one not to do it?
Yes, Christopher Daniels was the first one to not uphold the Code of Honor, and that was a big deal at the time when it happened.
Was that what you were going to...
Yeah, that was what I was going to say.
Okay. I just got excited.
I know. So if you guys want to talk about this match, go ahead.
Again, it was everything it needed to be, in my opinion. Brutal spot when Cole kicks Daniels and his head smashes
busted wide open.
Yeah, he does a super kick into Christopher Daniels, and then Christopher Daniels' head ricochets off the outside corner post. Yeah. And he starts bleeding
everywhere.
And then Adam Cole pulls him up and takes his blood and wipes it on his chest.
Yep.
A lot of cool moments where it was just brutal and everything about the match was, and then it did have some very good wrestling involved as well.
Absolutely.
With those two guys, you can't really...
For the majority of the first 3/4 of this match, though, Adam Cole was just beating down
beat the shit out of him
on Christopher Daniels and trash talking him a lot. There was a lot of times where Cole was saying that Christopher Daniels can't get it done in the ring, that he beats him down, and he tells him that he won't be on his level, he won't be the champ ever. There's one point when Adam Cole, I forgot what he said at the point, but he says something as Christopher Daniels is crawling up on him, and he goes to do his Adam Cole baby chant, and gets punched right in the mouth. And I thought that was great.
Jabbed him,
Christopher Daniels just stuck him in the mouth, and it shut him up, and it was good. Yeah. It was a lot of trash talking, which led up to about 3/4 through the match. Adam Cole yells, "After I'm done wrecking you, I'm going to go to your house and wreck your wife." And that's when Christopher Daniels punches him in the mouth and then goes, "Wreck me then." And then that's when Christopher Daniels starts getting his comeback. Christopher Daniels starts getting a head of steam and getting a lot of offense in. Goes for the Angel's Wings, but it's reversed into a Hurricanrana, which I thought was really cool.
Adam Cole hits the Angel Wings on Christopher Daniels at one point.
Yep. Adam Cole goes for the Canadian Destroyer, which I love that move.
It's incredibly dangerous.
Though. It's so risky. Surprisingly, has hurt less people than the Styles Clash.
Who hit a Styles Clash last night?
Christopher Daniels.
Yep.
Christopher Daniels hit the Styles Clash.
He also did Cole's finisher on him.
Yep. And it was beautiful. But so at some point, Adam Cole goes for a super kick into he throws Christopher Daniels in the corner, who bumps into Todd Sinclair, the ref.
Knocks him down.
He just bumps him in the corner, and then Adam Cole goes for a super kick. Christopher Daniels moves and hits Todd Sinclair, and Sinclair rolls out of the ring. And then Frankie Kazarian runs out, and he's wearing the Bullet Club shirt, runs out, and Adam Cole is standing above Christopher Daniels. Adam Cole is standing above Christopher Daniels. Frankie Kazarian goes and grabs the title and hands it to Adam Cole, and then holds Christopher Daniels for Adam Cole to hit him. Christopher Daniels ducks. Adam Cole almost hits Kazarian. Kazarian backs up.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, let me do it. So Cole hands him the title. He looks at it, throws the title out of the ring, rips off his shirt, and underneath is a Dynasty shirt that Christopher Daniels was also wearing at the beginning of this match. It had the date 3/10/17, and it had the date.
It was a Destiny, right?
Yeah, it said Destiny, and it had his symbol, the Ankh symbol with the dragon behind it.
Yeah.
And Kazarian flips him off and just rolls out of the ring. And it was beautiful. And then Christopher Daniels gets up, hits the Angel's Wings, hits 3 best moonsault ever.
Best moonsault ever.
Which is the best moonsault ever.
It is.
He jumps to the middle rope,
then the top
rope, and then does the most beautiful moonsault.
And that's hard. Like, doing that 3 times in a row. Like, think about your legs. Like, that's like dead jumps. Like,
after losing a lot of blood, because after that cut to the head that he took on the turnbuckle, getting kicked, he was bleeding the whole match.
Yeah.
And he still wrestled for another
20 minutes,
25 minutes.
But the pacing of this match was great. It told a great story. I loved that Adam Cole was just beating him down for most of the match and continually trash-talking him. And then Kazarian came out and saved the day without doing anything. He did. That's the most important part.
Did not disrupt the match.
Yeah.
He didn't allow Daniels to win by him helping out.
Yep. Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
And I thought that was great. And, taking off the Bullet Club shirt was awesome.
Yeah.
Repping it. And it just felt wrong.
Yeah,
the whole time with having Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels not being together. It just didn't mix. And I think that's kind of what they realized and made a move on it.
Yeah.
But my favorite part of the entire match was after. I thought it was great.
When everybody came out.
When everyone came out and gave.
And the Biscoes were holding them up.
Yeah. It was a very cool moment.
Yeah.
Bleeding, bloody everywhere, holding his title up.
He's always bloody. Every time I see Christopher Daniels after a match, he's
the
always
Flair
bloody.
Of his generation.
He takes those spots, man. He embraces it. It's to tell a story. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's great. He's one of my favorites for a while now.
Even
when he was,
he's incredible.
Some of his feuds with AJ Styles was
Samoa Joe. He had some great matches with Austin Aries.
Oh, yeah, Samoa Joe.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I love him.
Absolutely a cool moment to see him finally win. The RoH title after so long being with that organization.
Yep. And no, that's great. And I love that Ring of Honor is a company that they really, really treasure their champions. Like, every champion is notable. Like, everybody has some mark that they leave on the company when they're champion. And it's interesting to see that Christopher Daniels not waited so long, but didn't really get that chance until now. And that the fans embraced it. They loved it.
They loved it. And, there's never really too many times in Ring of Honor that I can really think of that there's been transitional champions.
Oh, yeah, no. It doesn't really happen often. It did happen recently with Will Ospreay as TV title, as TV champ.
I meant with the main title.
But yes, the main title is very important. They definitely adhere to that being a prominent
fixture.
It's not something that you just throw on somebody to make them
money. Just to make money.
To make money, yeah. Everybody that's been champion has definitely left their mark on the company, and it's been worth note. That being said, if you have not seen this pay-per-view, go out of your way to watch it.
Go to your friend's house. Go to your mother's house. Go to your neighbor's house. Don't knock. Just go in. Watch it.
Go in and watch it at their house.
Don't do that last part, because sometimes that's illegal.
Yeah. I mean, that's breaking and entering.
But definitely watch it. It is 100% worth the watch. Great matches throughout the entire event, with especially, Lethal versus Fish. The TV title match was amazing, and the main event, as well as they were all very good. The 6-man match was great. I think the Kingdom versus the Boys and Dalton Castle would have been a lot better had the injury not happened.
Yes.
But then I think that it would have taken away a little bit from the next match, which was the TV title match, because I think that's why they went a little longer.
Yeah, they had a little bit more time to free up. But yeah, so even after hearing this review, I highly recommend that you go see it. Knowing the winners is not going to ruin this. It's going to be super enjoyable and a lot of fun.
In my personal opinion, even knowing Ring of Honor spoilers and going to watch the pay-per-views and the matches, it's still a great watch. Unlike if you found a WWE spoiler, you watch the match, you're just not impressed.
Yeah,
you're just like, well, I know who wins, and
they're more of a production.
Yeah.
They're more of a they are very safe in a lot of aspects, whereas Ring of Honor and other smaller organizations tend to let their guys do what they know how to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not about the destination so much as the journey. It's like the matches definitely will do a far better job of telling a good story than we right here did.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Definitely go out of your way to watch it. So we're gonna wrap this up. Overall thoughts on the pay-per-view. If you want to give your favorite match and a rating to the pay-per-view, 1 to 10. We'll start with Travis.
All right, I'm gonna give it at least a solid 7.
Yeah,
at least a solid 7. It was a lot of good matches. You had a couple of the throwaway matches. Like I thought the Jay White Kenny King match was good, but it was the beginning match. Little, two kind of like mid card guys starting off. Then you went in 6-man tag, 6-man match was good. Jay Lethal Fish then kept the steam up. Then you had the
injury match.
the 6-man
which
tag
was
title
unfortunate.
match.
That kind of it kind of halted it, but then then it picked up with the
so you're saying the
match.
pacing was good?
Yeah, it was good. It was good pacing, but it could have been better.
Okay, so you give it a 7. What was your match of the night?
Definitely Marty Scurll versus Lio Rush. I just thought that they did give it a lot more time, I felt, than all the other matches, and it was good. It flowed well, and it was hard hitting.
A 30-minute match that didn't feel like 30 minutes.
When
exactly.
it was over, you were like, "Oh man, it's over."
Yeah.
Even though you thought the match was going to be over like 4 or 5 different other times,
Absolutely. And Mitch, what would you give the rating and the favorite match?
I would give the rating I would give it a 9.5.
Yeah.
Very good. I thought out of 10. I thought it was very good. The only reason why it wasn't perfect, there were some. Honestly, it would have been a solid 10 had there not been the issues that I had with it were War Machine and Davey Boy Smith. That was kind of just thrown together. They needed them to be on there. It didn't really feel like that was me. To me, that was more promoting Bully Ray and his contract with Ring of Honor. I liked the Jay White Kenny King match. I thought that was actually a good start to the night. You don't want to have that. That also could have been in the place of the 6-man tag with the Biscoes and Bully Ray versus War Machine and Davey Boy Smith Jr. I'm glad that it started the night. Gave it a little good pace to it.
Yeah.
Match of the night. It's tough for me. It's either the main event or the TV title.
Yeah.
Wrestling wise, far and large, it's Lio Rush and Marty Scurll.
Yeah.
By far, they were phenomenal. Just great overall. Everything about the match was phenomenal.
Yep.
But the story of the main event, just really got me.
Yeah.
Especially being a fan of both Adam Cole and Christopher Daniels. It really sunk in and at the ending of the match with everyone coming out and it just added to the whole
hype train.
Yeah, it was a perfect way to end that pay.
Did it make you nostalgic for WrestleMania 10 when everybody did that for Bret Hart?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda. I love Bret Hart.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I'm actually going to pretty much agree with Mitch. Those two matches that he mentioned, the main event and Marty Scurll versus Lio Rush, were, for wrestling wise and then story wise, were my two favorite matches of the night. I'm going to give it a 9. There were a couple things I wasn't a huge fan of, but the pacing was very good, and I think that just overall, Ring of Honor consistently puts on great shows.
Absolutely. Hasn't been a pay-per-view that I've disliked in any way, shape, or form that I've gotten from them. So just very good overall.
Absolutely. So for us, the B+ players, Travis, Mitch, and Scumbag Mike, we are out of here.
All right, guys. Take care.